Oh, you took it down for it. Don't worry about it. Buenos dias. Hello, everyone. Fantastic. As you can see, I have somewhat of a different microphone headset. Some might be wondering who is really in the room tonight. Some might be considering the idea that it is the very own. How is that not connected? Should we try it again? Now you see what I mean? So it's just, we've lost the build-up for it all. Excellent, great. Thank you, appreciate it. Sometimes I do it with a wig. But it doesn't matter. Didn't bring it tonight. I'm really excited to be here tonight. It's Yellow Arch's debut for me, so you could say I'm a little bit nervous. Super excited! You know, I always get excited. I have an exciting, pulsating rhythm running through my mind, body and spirit. I absolutely love comedy. It's just the funniest thing in the world to do. I love it that much. I decided to take a show of mine to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival this year called The Hippie from Grimsby. Not where you'd expect to find someone of such crystal magic and affirmations. But I decided to take the show to Hippie from Grimsby to Edinburgh, and when you do a show in Edinburgh, you have to fly your event on the Royal Mile. Now, the show was psychedelic spiritual comedy. You can spend all day flyering a show as a Trojan horse. You can say you're a singer. You try fucking selling psychedelic spiritual comedy. People think you're in Train Spotting, right? Is no one wants psychedelic spiritual comedy? No worries, mate. Psychedelic spiritual. I built the pyramids. Fucking help me out here. A couple of days of flying, I was like, what can I do to make my situation better? I thought, I'll take some mushrooms and then go flying on the Royal Mile. First night, I actually thought I was going to have 12 geese come and watch me, because that's who I'm sure took the flyer off me. I sat down in the hostel later, and the manager was like, are you all right? I was like, bro, I have truly been in Scotland today. I have been one with the castles and all the magic. So I wouldn't recommend doing it again. But something makes you want to, do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Anyway, one of the days I was flying, I said to this guy, psychedelic spiritual comedy, and he goes, fuck off. Now he's wearing a Stone Island jacket, right? He's got like a chain that doesn't have anything on it. You know what I mean? And a tattoo saying mum under his eye. So his psychedelic spiritual nature was beaten out of him by his dad before he went and got the milk. But I've been flying for hours, right? And only one person's taken it off me. So I turned around to him and said, yeah, stick to your Stone Island and your cocaine, you twat. Right? Not very namaste of me, was it? But he turns around, and as he goes to say something, his missus is laughing at him that much. He ends up just leaving me alone, and I thought, thank God for that, because I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like combat. The only combat I enjoy is body combat between 5 and 7 at a Pure Gym in Kirkstall, Leeds. And the best thing about it is the instructor is a really camp German guy called Stefano. So in his class he's like, yeah, you got to give it to me, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lisa, if you don't put those knees up, your husband's going to leave you, yeah. Which is great. You know, I love that sort of stuff. He goes, legs in the air, arms together. Whoa, you're like, this guy's misunderstood. This guy's an interesting guy. But I am quite a spiritual person. I've been on what I would call a spiritual journey for the last couple of years, and it's changed my life. I've recently been reading a book called Ikigai, Kaizen, Hansei, which are Japanese philosophies to create a more fulfilling life. So we'll go through them. Ikigai is a convergence of passion in life. It's essentially a way of well-being, mainly associated with work. So my passion in life is to perform, but my job is I'm an operator on an oil refinery. A hippie on an oil refinery. But trust me, when I'm laminating Just Stop Oil in the printer, I'm showing them who's boss, you know what I mean? What are you doing? Nothing, just laminating you out of fucking business. Yeah. Kill one tree, stop the establishment. It's give and take, do you know what I mean? So it's a bit like that. But essentially, I thought to myself, how can I develop a passion in my work life? I can't really do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm working in volatile pressures, explosive substances. You know, meanwhile, I'm walking down the scaffolding like Patrick Swayze. Now with passion in our eyes, there's no way you can disguise secretly. You know what I mean? The guy on the radio is like, Brayden, can you close that valve? And I'm like, to close or not to close? That is the question. Not a question, it's an instruction. Do it, you tit. So I started thinking about maybe my ikigai can't be achieved in the work that I do. So I thought maybe I need a new job. And then I thought to myself, what would I be really good at? I would be a fantastic automated voice at Tesco on the tills. Of course, that's the first thing you think of, do you know what I mean? Does anyone shop at Tesco's? Yeah, you know how it is. But you know, the woman's just like, scan again. It's like, fuck it. You want a bit more excitement when you're doing your shopping. So someone, oh, spaghetti. That sounds delicio. Spicy Del Mio. When am I coming around? Argentinian Malbec, what's your postcode and do you have a condom? And then you scan your dessert and it's just me going, But I've not heard back from them. So I'll give Lidl a go next. You know. But Kaizen is the next one, which is small incremental change, essentially to improve daily, 1% a day. It's not about being invincible, it's about being unstoppable. Improvement is subjective, folks. I'm not going to tell you what it is to improve. We all have our own opinion of targets, improvements. Have you got a snood on your face? You are cold, aren't you? Fuck it, you're normally running away from a bear in the woods, you know what I mean? This is like a volcano for you. Anyway, just stop this to yourself. So, go. But improvement is subjective. A golfer who wants to improve their short game will practice. A teacher who wants to be better for their students will study. A murderer who doesn't want to get caught will join Tinder. You know, my improvements are a bit more. Sorry, excuse me. Just a Tinder notification. No, I'm not really a murderer. Namaste. So. But my improvements are a little bit different. I've been, for the last 99 days, I've been attempting to fly. Impossible, you might say. Not when you're unstoppable. So for the last 99 days I've attempted, and I've got to admit, I'm getting better. So on my 100% cycle of Kaizen, I'm now going to try and fly. Hansei is all about reflection. Thank you. On reflection, there is work to be done. But Rome wasn't built in a day. So to sum it all up, I need a new job, I can't fly, and I've never been to Rome. So what are you going to do? But yeah, so why am I a hippie? Why do dogs lick their own balls? Because they can. Why are penguins such good dancers? I don't know. Happy Feet was a documentary. Take it or leave it. That's up to you. Why are hairdressers good at gossiping? Destiny. Why are people that love cricket lonely? Fucking justice. What a terrible sport that is, do you know what I mean? I have never hated sniffing cocaine so much in my life. I'm at the fucking cricket, it's a 4! I hate it here! Everyone's doing that, I'm fucking racking one up, like, help me! No, Dad, if you're watching this, I joke. Also, anyone at work who's watching this. Just cut that. No one's recording. Should do. Why were these Star Wars films, the prequels, so poorly criticised? Injustice. Revenge of the Sith's a fantastic film. Did I need to do that? Is it funny? No. Did I want to say it? Did I need to get it out there? Absolutely. My therapist is sick of hearing it. She also says I have a split personality, and I say, no, we don't! So sometimes people don't get the schizophrenia jokes. Sometimes people are schizophrenic and they don't get it, but they're not offended because they're probably talking to the person who's not sitting next to them. Okay. But I like to install a bit of passion in my life, okay? I like to think that we wake up in the morning with the universe within us, as it is with us, as it is around us, as it is fucking everywhere. And people get up and they're kind of like, I don't want to do anything today. Do you know what I mean? People just don't want to do anything, and it's because the world we live in is out of balance. And unfortunately, to only bring it back into balance, we must first bring ourselves back into balance. Have a shit of that, and have a yay. Ooh. So, when I leave the house, I think it's the most important part of the day because it's what sets you up for the day. So, when I leave the house, I listen to this. You'll like this one. You'll really enjoy this. Oh! Okay, here we go. Fucking hell, here we go. Leave the house. Oh, fucking I'll part the sound. I'll talk to it, but do you know what I mean? You fucking leave the house. Morning, Mr. Fredrickson. How's it going? Great. How's the kids? Lovely. Great dog. Cycling's awesome. Traffic light. No, I press wait. No, you press wait. I pressed it. I pressed it. Green light. Yeah. Some people leave the house and like that. They don't really achieve anything. Some people leave the house like that. They're looking, but they're not really feeling anything. Try this. Try a bit of that. You know what I mean? Give some passion in your life, folks. I know what you're thinking, this guy's a fucking knob. He is ridiculous, you know what I mean? No one is going to leave the house tomorrow to Mr. Blue Sky. But I recommend you try it. People think I'm silly. That's it. People think I'm silly, right? And I always say, when you play silly games, you get silly prizes. And I say, if you play with feathers, you get your arse tickled. Don't believe me? March 23rd, 2022, in one of my joke books, I wrote, play with feathers, get your ass tickled. Just to prove it's me, on the other side it says, needing a poo whilst clubbing. And then it just says, demonstrate. Fucking good they are, mate. And then you've got to get to the toilet, but dancing through people and raving in the toilet ain't easy. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking not. There's always a queue for the toilet. People are like that, waiting outside the toilet just to get in. And you're like, I've really got to go. Got bouncers looking over and just saying, I'm doing it, mate, I'm doing it. And then you finally get on the toilet. Oh, God forbid. You know, you get your hands out. And you play with feathers, folks. I've dropped my feather. You get your arse tickled. Come on. Thank you. Movement, as you can see, I do quite a lot of it, is a key aspect of life. And where you don't find a lot of movement is care homes. Going in and going out. That's for the people there and in. Do you know what I mean? My granddad's in a care home at the minute. I nicknamed it Shutter Island. But it's fun because we get to play Guess Who. I don't even bring the board anymore. Yeah. We should have let that one settle. Thanks. Thanks, random stranger. I love you too. Coolsville sucks! I watched Scooby-Doo 2 the other day, but that's not part of what we're talking about. But my friend, me and him went to see my granddad the other day, and when you go into a care home, you have to ring a doorbell, which alerts the people who work at the care home to come and let you in. But in a care home, you have a door, a reception, and then another door, and then, you know, whatever's going on in there. And the thing is that when you ring the doorbell, it doesn't just alert the staff that you're coming in, it also lets everyone know in the care home that someone is about to open a door. Meaning, there's only one door left to freedom, right? So as you press the buzzer, you see this from 4 doors. Come on, it's happening. It's happening. And even when they've shut the doors, they've got this goddamn belief that somehow it hasn't automatically locked after they've closed it again. But I think movement is key, and I've discovered a new method of movement in my life, which is the Gypsy Kings. Okay? You're fucking loving this, you are, aren't you? You've really given me some credit here. The Gypsy Kings is Spanish salsa, pop, house, whatever the fuck you think you're hearing, it's happening. So I'd like you to jump in with me. It's busy. You're shopping. There's nowhere to move. You know when you're trying to get past people in the shopping centre, it's like, people stand on escalators. You've got to get somewhere. It's stressful. It's not harmonic. Nothing feels right. I feel you. Do you know what I mean? The silence, I know, is about the stress, not because of what you're hearing or seeing. So how do I, Brayden, do it? Deep breath in. Earphone. Put the Gypsy Kings on, and I'm off. Do you know what I mean? You can go through a shopping centre. You're going that way, mate? No worries. That way? Go about that way. Go past, mate. No problem. It's that way. Is it that way? Do you know what I mean? All of a sudden, fucking boots sound fucking ace. What's that? Where are we going? What's next? Where's TK Maxx? Is it that way? Come on. You know, and I just think like, that's pretty much all you really need to hear from me today. Guys, I will finish with this. Comedy is an expression of art within self, as is music, as is life, as is anything that you're passionate about. Choose to do what makes you happy in life and choose to do it with people that make you happy. Lots of love, guys. Namaste. Thank you for having me. Good night.